Hello class, welcome back to the Coffee Revolution tutorial. In this lesson I'm going to teach you how to make the handle for the drip section. I'm going to show you how to make the little bosses up here for the steel tube, and I'm going to show you how to make the handle for the glass pot. Okay, so to get started we're going to start doing something different. This time we're not going to create a revolution, we're going to actually create an extrude. Alright, that's how we're going to make these components. So to start off, you're going to go into a sketch on the right plane over here, on the right side, because this handle is on the right side, right? So we want it on the right side. So we're going to go into a sketch, click up here on the house, it'll bring you to this view. You want to click on this plane right here. Click on that plane. Alright, the next step is we want to make a rectangle for that handle. Alright, so we click up here on the rectangle, we clicked on the bottom edge of the black component, and we're going to make this about 5 by 10. Alright, so let me do that again. We're going to make it about 5 by 10 millimeters. Okay, and after you put that in, you want to actually move your box. You can, but you want it to be about 5 by 10. Alright, and to be sure that it's 5 by 10, you can actually dimension it by going down here where it says sketch dimension. You can click on here and it's going to bring out a dimension. You put 5, you click over here and you put 10, right? Now once you have that, this is all locked in place. Alright, then you hit the escape button and now you can line it up in the middle. Alright, so that's all said and done. 5 by 10. Then you hit stop sketch and you go into extrude up here, right? Extrude. It's going to ask you for a profile and you're going to select that rectangle we just made. Alright, now I want you to go back into the little house up here. Click the little house right up there, and I want you to pull on this arrow out until it's about 40. Okay, so you want it to be 40. If you go in the front view, you can actually see it right here. You can make it between 40 and 46, but they all work. Let's do 46 just in case, to make sure that it's long enough. And you want to make sure over here that you're not in cut. You want to make sure that that's actually join. Alright, and what that's going to do is going to join this handle with our component over here, right? So you're going to hit OK, and you're going to end up with a piece sticking out like this. Alright, if you click on the house, you'll see a piece sticking out like this. Now the next thing you want to do is go to modify up here, modify, and then there is a fillet option right there. Fillet. You want to use the fillet option. It's kind of like our fillet for sketching, but we can use it on a three-dimensional part. Alright, after you select these 3 edges right here, you want to grab onto this arrow and pull it in like that. You want it to get right before it breaks free. You want it to stop right there, so we have a rounded corner right here. Rounded. You want to have it rounded on all 3 bases. You hit OK, and now you can see we have a handle. It doesn't take too much work. It's just a different step. Alright, we're using the extrude function this time. Alright, and now we're going to make this components up here. And to do that, we're going to look at it from this view. Okay, and we're going to create a sketch again. It's going to ask us, let's go back to the house view, this plane or this plane. You want to select the left plane in this case, right? And if you're in this view, you want to look at it from the left view. It doesn't really matter, but it just helps out to look at it from the left view. That way you can line up your circle. Excuse the bell. Here we go. You click on circle and you go into the left view. And you want to put it right there and make it about 10 millimeters. You want to make it 10 millimeters. Alright, and then you want to go to create extrude. I'll do that again. Create.
Juniors, don't forget to come by Miss Smart's room,
right
room
there.
214, for the
announcement.
informational meeting we're having
Alright,
today.
and you want to click
Juniors, don't forget to come
circle.
by 214 for the informational meeting we're having. Thank you.
Excuse the announcements. They're just giving us a reminder. And you click on this circle and you go into this view up here, click on the cube, and now you can pull on that and pull it out till it's about 40. And if you go in the front view over here, you can actually see how it lines up. You can put it to about 40, and that looks really good. But what you want to do is, again, make sure the operation is not cut. Make sure it's join operation. Alright? Once you do that, this should turn yellow, the color of your top, whatever it is, and then now we have the top nub done. And we're halfway through our extrusions. The next step is to do the lower part, which is down here on the base. So we're going to do the same thing. Go to sketch up here. It's going to ask you which plane. You want to select this plane, right? You want to go into the left view up here, make sure you're on the left, and then you want to draw another circle down here on the bottom. Okay, so let's draw a circle this time that's a little bit smaller so that everything fits right. In this case, we're going to make a circle down here. It's going to be about, let's do 9 millimeters. Let's do 8 just to play it safe. 8 millimeters. Okay, and then we're going to go up here to create again, and we're going to go to extrude. Alright, we're going to select that profile. We're going to change the view so we can see how far we need to come out, and we want to pull it all the way out to about 40 millimeters again. Alright, now what you want to do in this case is you want to change it again to join, otherwise it's going to cut a chunk out. You want it to add a chunk. So you go to join and you hit OK. So there we go. We have our 3 extrusions for these 3 components done. Alright. Now the next step is a little bit trickier. You've never done a sweep before, but I'm going to see how you guys do on this to get this metal part done. It's really not complicated. It just takes an extra step. Alright. So let's go back into our house mode. Actually, let's click on this top left, front left corner up here. And we're going to this time select this face. Make sure it's blue. Once you have that selected, you can go into create a sketch. And what that does is it creates a sketch on that flat surface you just clicked on. Alright, and we're going to create a circle for that tube right in the middle. That's going to be about 6 millimeters diameter. Alright, 6 millimeters diameter. And then once you're done with that, you hit stop sketch. We don't need to do anything else. We don't need to sweep anything yet. We just want to stop the sketch, okay? Let's go back into our house view to bring us into the home view, and we're going to start a new sketch. This time we want the sketch to be in the front view, which is this square right here. Alright, and now what we're going to draw is the little road for this tube right here. Alright, and I'll show you how you do that. So you want to click on the line tool up here, line tool. Make sure it's a line tool and not the spline tool. You want to click, there's going to be like a black dot right here. You want to click on that black dot and bring it out like that. And then you're going to bring that line all the way down to the bottom. Down here. Like that. And then you're going to bring it towards the center of where this circle is. About there. Okay. Once you have that, this doesn't need to be close. It just needs to be like a bracket. And then you want to go to the fillet option to give us a radiuses on, like we did on our other revolves, and you want to click on these 2 corners right here, these 2 corners, and you want to bend it in a little bit more to match that tube diameter a little bit better. Alright, sometimes it might not be perfectly vertical. Don't worry about it. It won't affect the overall look. You barely will be able to see it. Okay, now that we have a little pathway for our tube, I'm going to explain how the sweep function works. So the way that the sweep function works under create is that it pretty much selects a shape, a profile, just like our revolve, like that, and then it follows a little path. So what we did is we drew the path for that shape to follow. So when you select path, you click on this line right here, and then you'll see that it follows, that circle follows that path all the way through, down to the bottom. And the same thing, we want to make sure it's not joined because it's a different material. So we want to go to new body. Alright, new body. And after that's set and done, you can hit OK. And this is the first time in a while that we've made a new body. So let's go into our bodies folder and let's change this name into steel tube. Alright, and then we can right click that, right click it again, and go into appearance. Alright, this menu pops back up, and we can give it a steel. So let's do stainless steel because it looks a little bit nicer. Let's put that stainless steel on there. Alright, and then now we have the tube, we have the handle, and we have the two little bumps. So it's looking pretty good. The next step that I would recommend to do is to go in here and do a fillet on these things. So again, I'll show you modify, fillet, just like in our drawings. You want to go into the fillet, alright? And you want to select all of these little rings on here to make them look nice, alright? To make it look nice and rounded on the edges. Let's do about a 4mm radius on them, okay? See that those are all changed now. You hit OK. So now our coffee maker is starting to look a little bit clean. Now for the last step, we need to make this handle, alright? So this is going to be a revolution again, but it's going to be slightly different. This time our revolution is going to only be terminated at about 14 degrees, so it's not going to go all the way around. And you'll see what I mean when I start sketching it. So this handle is in our right side. We want to draw it on our front plane, and I'll show you how that works. So you click sketch and you want to select this plane, alright? And we're just going to trace it out like we traced every other revolution out. You want to start with the line tool. You want to click up here, bring a line over, click down there, bring the line over. You want to click down here, bring the line over, and this time you want to stop right here, right before the ring, okay? You want to stop right there, and then you want to come up and click at about the ring, and then sometimes the dot gets disconnected because it's trying to help you out, but just click on that right there to complete the line. Come up, put it about right there to complete the line, and then let's bring it all the way back inside of here to connect it. Alright, so now it's completely closed, right? You can see there's a little bit of a weird angle there. We can just drag it and fix it just a little bit straighter. And then now we're just going to go back to sketch and give it some fillets. So we're going to fillet there, fillet there. We're going to fillet there and fillet there. Alright, so now it's starting to look a little bit like it. We can increase the fillets or reduce them as we please. And then now we're going to go back into create and create a revolution out of this. Alright. So you go in there, you select your profile. Oh, I made a mistake. Let's cancel this. In my sketch, I forgot to add one thing. I forgot to add a line for my axis, and that's my fault. I should have done that first. The first thing I should have done is this, which is creating a line from there to there. All right, because we need that axis of revolution for our revolution. Alright, so let's go into create, revolve, right in here. Alright, and then now you want to select the profile, which is this sketch right here. You want to select the axis, in this case is that right there. And then now let's look at it from an angle, alright? So we don't want it to cut. What we want it to do is to create a new body. Alright? And this is probably going to be set to 360. This is only like this because I had already done it. This is probably what yours is going to look like when you do it. So I need you to go into direction and change it into two-sided, or actually symmetric. Go into symmetric. And then what you want to plug in here is change this 360 to only 7 degrees. Alright, go into 7 degrees, and what that does is it creates the handle to only go 7 degrees from the left and from the right. Okay? So once you got that done, you can hit OK, and you'll see that you have your handle there. But it looks a little bit rough. It looks a little bit chunky. So what we need to do is go back into modify and give it some fillets right here. Fillets. Alright? So you click on that edge, flip it the view around. You click on that edge, and you click on that edge, and you pull the arms in a little bit, just like that. You want to go as far as you can before it tries to complain about something, and then you hit OK. Alright, that looks great. So now we have our handle, and we have all the other components that we were missing. So let's change the name of it to glass handle, and let's give it an appearance so that it looks just like the picture. Let's give it the black gloss appearance. Alright, let's drop that in, and then there you go. You have a completed coffee maker with almost everything, every component there, but without the details. So if you get this far, talk to me. I can show you how to do the details, but this is what I expect for you guys to finish for Friday. Alright, so now we can go into Canvas right here, and you can turn off this light bulb, and you can take a look at your coffee maker. Alright, so if you guys have any questions, make sure to raise your hand and ask me, and congratulations on doing your first Fusion 360 project.